Welcome, my chingus, to episode 64 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about Amber, KIXS, K-Much, and Uji. My name is Steven, and with me is my co-host,
Josh.
Hello. Here we are. We're recording on a Sunday.
What? On time?
It's been a long time since we recorded on the correct day.
You don't say.
And there was a point where it might not even happened, but we promised you guys last episode we would do it.
Yeah, true story. Around maybe 5 o'clock, I was like, "Hey, Steven, are we supposed to record today? I can't really remember."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah,
we did promise."
Now, when we made that promise, we were dumb, I think, because we didn't really realize Lunar New Year was happening, which means that just nothing happens in Korea for like 4 or 5 days.
However long,
So it's a very, very bare bones episode this time.
Yeah.
Probably sub 1 hour, but we promised you guys, so we're going to do it. If this is your first time, This Week in K-Pop is a discussion podcast that covers the last 2 weeks of K-pop music video releases.
Yeah.
And each week, Josh and I will pick what we think is the best song of those last 2 weeks.
Yeah, usually there'll be different songs because we kind of want to expose you to some different music, at least K-pop music that you probably haven't heard of or isn't very popular, I guess, where you're from.
And this is definitely an episode where you're going to hear a lot of things you may not have heard.
You may have not have heard of before. Yeah,
so we're going to talk about only 4 songs in the main section and 4 songs in the lightning section.
Hey, but we have a lightning section, though.
We do. We didn't really actually need there's actually not that much difference, I think, between the lightning section and the regular section. But, you know, we just try to keep it real. You know, we keep it real up in this.
No, stop doing that with your hands.
Are you sure?
Rupert Rappington.
I know, man. I'm trying. But anyways, I haven't gotten a haircut in like 9 years.
Oh, God,
so I'm sorry about the Ajushi haircut.
It looks so greasy for all you podcast listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't give a fuck. I don't know what else to.
It has been that kind of week.
Yeah, before I saw Josh today, I mean, it was Lunar New Year, so a lot of people went on vacation or they went to go see their families. And so I just stayed at home. I didn't see a single real-life person for like 6 days.
For 6 days? That's a whole week, Steven.
Yeah, I didn't. So I just was like, I'm playing video games.
That's cool, too, but...
Yeah, I did some other stuff. We'll talk about that later. But let's get to it. So we're going to start with Josh's best song of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we usually start with my best song of the last 2 weeks. And this podcast, my favorite song, is KIXS with Beautiful. Now, KIXS is a solo artist. Well,
he used to be in the boy group Dalmatian.
But he's now a solo artist. I want to say he's a part of Amoeba, is he?
I mean, no idea.
I mean, he's with Sunny on this track, so either he's a part of Amoeba
he doesn't sound like a person that would be in Amoeba, though.
He's not hip hoppy enough.
Yeah, he's definitely hip hop. But to spell his name, it's a little fucking weird, but it's KIXS. So if you're Googling, you're like, oh man, I want to hear this song. It's KIXS.
The reason we know how to pronounce it properly is because he actually has like a Korean romanization. Or not romanization, Korean
Hangul
writing. Yeah, Hangul writing next to it, that's why.
But anyways, why did you like this song Beautiful?
So, long-time listeners of our podcast, you may know that I'm a little bit partial to more of the... kind of the falsetto-y, kind of higher vocal register in songs. And this is that type of song. He's a very good vocalist, I feel like, when he hits those falsetto notes. And I think as a song, it's very, very fun. Sunny also has a pretty good rap in there that, thanks to One the K or Lowen?
It used to be, it used to be Lowen.
One the K.
They've been One the K for a while.
One the K now. But thanks to Lowen, we have these lovely English subtitles to tell us what Sunny is saying, and it is just utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's so... It's just so...
He says some good stuff. Yeah. Like, I want to be your lotion.
I want to be your body lotion.
Then there's a weird one, right? There's like...
Yeah.
I want to be your dog.
I like girls with puppy faces, and I'm like, oh, so you like dog face?
Something like that. Yeah, dog
girls.
Faces.
I mean, okay, Sunny. Everybody to
each
their own.
You know how you do.
Their own.
Yeah. But no, I agree. Because it's been weird because there were a lot of falsetto-y voices songs that you didn't really like as much as I thought you would like. Like the soul. What is this? G-Soul.
G-Soul, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did like that song, and it kind of faded over time. Mm-hmm. So this might go in that direction. I don't know. I haven't really listened to it too much, but. Yeah. But this song has the benefit of being a double psychic song, and it actually really does sound like a double psychic song, which I really enjoy. Like this is my top 2 songs of the last week and a half since we did our last podcast. I think they do a lot in this music video with a little. Yeah. Like I mean, of course they probably spent some money getting Gohara from Kara in this music video, but they probably spent like $200 on this dude's eyebrows. Yeah, I know.
They're ridiculous.
They're so ridiculous. They really look like someone just took chocolate and Simba'd him,
but then put this blonde frosting on it. It's just
I'm not sure if his eyebrows are pierced or they have glitter in them.
I think it has glitter and it's pierced. I think one of them is pierced.
Or they found out some way to frost tip his eyebrows.
I think they did frost tip it.
Yeah.
Or a temporary kind of something. Anyways, I do think that he's too falsetto-y during the chorus. I really we were talking about it beforehand. Like I would like this song twice as much if maybe somebody else sang. Because there was a point where you're like, is this 2 guys?
Yeah.
Right? I think his voice is really, really great during the verse. It really fits the song really well. But I think the chorus, I feel like some other guy should have been singing it with maybe a lower toned voice.
Or if not even that, usually guys who sing at this register, they can sing lower. They just choose to sing at that certain.
I just think it just lacks the oomph when it's too falsetto-y sometimes.
Yeah. Because most of the time the songs that I feel kind of fade over time or I get bored with that are falsetto-y, they don't really vary much in terms of there's not enough spices in the stew. You're if you're gonna falsetto, you have to use it sparingly. You can't necessarily falsetto for the whole song and expect people to like all of it, right?
Yeah. And then there's also the problem with I can't necessarily sing with the K-pop song because I don't know Korean, but I like to at least be able to hum to it or to fake sing it, Yeah. But when it's all falsetto, I just can't do it. Yeah. My voice, I ain't great like that. So I like songs that are really easy to sing with, and so maybe that's why I want the falsetto to go down a little bit because it'll benefit me.
But honestly, that's a really good complaint because a lot of people, the reason why they like K-pop is because the dance is mimicable or the chorus is mimicable. Something is mimicable in the whole song, so people kind of feel a little bit more drawn to it, poppiness,
Yeah. But watching that video again, it's compared to a lot of music videos we watched in the last 2 weeks, it's a really nice music video.
It is really, really well done, I have to say, for the type of music video it is.
Yeah. You called it a box video earlier, but they actually transition through this whole house, and people come in and out. It's actually kind of a cool kind of transitioning kind of set. So
you could tell it's one, well, quote unquote one set, you know.
Yeah.
But the way they decorate it, the way they kind of shoot at the angles that they choose, I think it was really, really well done. Especially in the beginning, they had some cool effects, and it really spices up a video that would otherwise be quite boring if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really have a story. This music video
kind of has a story. He's trying to hit on
this song. Yeah, this song itself. There's not really too much meaning behind it. It's not it's not making a message. It's not setting a message out there. It's just you're hot.
You're hot.
Oh my god, you're hot. I want to get with you. You're hot.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And you can't really make a music video out of that. Most of the time, that is entertaining, but they did a pretty good job. So.
Yeah. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to maybe the polar opposite. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
With Amber, with her new song, Shake That Brass.
Shake That Brass.
Now, I did a review No, did I do it by myself? Or we did together.
No. You did a reaction by yourself.
Oh, I did it by myself?
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's hear what you think first. What did you think?
First. So,
you've always been, I think, a fan of Amber.
I am
Maybe
a fan
her...
of... Yeah, I am a fan of Amber because of, I guess, her off-camera... general personality. Her general personality and the way she like conducts herself on Instagram. She seems like a very real person who's really true to herself, and that's kind of hard to find sometimes in K-pop.
Yeah.
And I was really, really excited when I heard that she was going to come out with a solo project. I really didn't know what to expect.
I kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah, but I knew that this was going to be in that vein. This is probably going to be, whatever's quote unquote safe for her. She's going to be rapping. It's going to be like an up-tempo song, etc. Maybe have someone featured on it. And so it did meet expectations in that sense. But overall, I'm just really not too impressed with the song in general. It's really up-tempo. It does kind of want to make you jump up a little bit. I do like horns. I do like trumpets. But there's just something...
But I think there's a difference between horns and like this kind of horn.
Yeah. There's just something missing about it that's like... just doesn't draw me in enough. Like, I do... I mean, a lot of you know how much I like Sun Yoshide, Girls' Generation, and Taeyeon is my favorite member. But I really felt she didn't really add anything to this music video or the song besides her name.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's just really a shame because,
I mean, I agree, 100%. Like, she is pretty much wasted in this entire song. They really just needed her name to sell the song, which is weird because Amber is a pretty big name in general. At
least in the international community, she's quite popular.
Yeah, but looking at the number of views, like that's pretty darn good. 4 million or something. Can't remember how much Junghyun's did, but they definitely wasted her. Like she's not even on screen with. Like it was like they spent a whole day filming this, and Taeyeon came in for the last 30 minutes and filmed her part and was like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
That's kind of it. But I've rewatched it a couple of times. Like this music video is so much better as a hey, look at those famous people. Try to guess. Yeah. Try to like Where's Waldo kind of game.
Spot as many celebrities as possible, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more fun for that. Like compared to Kiss or KIXS that we just saw, like this is like a music video where it's like blatantly like set. And it's just like, it's a very SM music video, right? It's just like, it doesn't feel cohesive. It doesn't feel like they're in a real place. It just, we're on a soundstage and this is how we do.
Yeah.
But, we were watching this earlier again and I was like, this song just kind of sounds very familiar. And I was like saying how it really sounds like a Disney Channel, like a High School Musical type song.
Like a Miley Cyrus before she got crazy.
Yeah, just a very safe, very kid-friendly, very like, yo, I'm a rapper, but I'm not really,
I'm not a rapper, I'm a fun rapper.
Yeah, I'm an idol rapper before idol rapping turned into hip-hop rapping.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I expected from her, but it just ultimately was just kind of like, every time SM busts out a solo artist, I'm just not remotely excited in the
I get quite disappointed every time a solo artist does come out because SM, their strength is their groups, right?
Yeah.
SM is the company to put out prototypical K-pop style boy groups, girl groups, and for them to kind of go in this direction. Like letting solo artists kind of do their thing. It's great and all, but it would be more great if I feel the artists themselves had more say in it. Because it's kind of like saying, okay, free-range chickens, but you have this like small ass pen where the chickens are like running around like in their own shit, like on top of each other, like, and you just call it free range chicken, right? Yeah. Like that's what it kind of feels like analogy wise to me.
Like sometimes I think it's like when you hear solo artists, you're like, okay, this guy's taking some control. This guy wants to do what he wants to do.
He's gonna own up to what he's making.
Yeah, and Junghyun kind of did that.
Yeah, I have to agree. He did.
We talked a lot about in our past episodes, the props given to the idea of his kind of solo album, but a lot of times it's like, as you said, it's kind of like SM's just milking their groups a little longer.
Yeah,
like this makes a lot of like the amount of effort I think to come out with this is much less than get a whole FX back together. From their broken home, and like the number of views, the number of things, like it actually is probably much better for them financially than like it just seems like when SM was like we're coming out with solos, it's like, in other words, we're gonna milk the popularity because Amber.
You love Amber.
You love Amber. It doesn't matter what the fuck we make her sing. You'll still buy it.
You love FX, but you can't get all of FX, so we're just going to give you one piece. And most of the people who are FX fans will support Amber in her solo debut, right? It's the same. I'm really, really going to be afraid when Taeyeon makes her solo debut because I feel like Taeyeon, she has a lot of talent, but she doesn't
have like that solo talent.
She's not like Junghyun, where Junghyun is more. He's a really good composer as well. Like he wrote that song for IU, Gloomy Clock. That song was very, very good. I liked it a lot. And he talks, obviously, I think he said something about how he wants to be a composer. And
but he's not like a SHINee composer.
Yeah, because
SHINee has this weird ass sound that
that he can't.
He probably
emulate.
Even right? He probably is like, I don't really like these songs, but
the thing is, with it was like his solo sounded very SHINee like, and that was the problem because I felt
did it?
Well, not like totally SHINee like, but like it sounded like something SHINee could do. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't agree. Anyway. Like we talked about a couple episodes ago how like it sounded totally different, and we didn't like it, but the songs were like the Deja Vu song and
Deja Vu was very different,
and the Crazy Guilty one was really different than a SHINee song, man. You probably I mean I haven't listened to it since then because they were not good songs. Maybe you haven't either, but
no, I have, but
I mean when I think of SHINee, I'm thinking like
replay.
No, I wish it was replay. I would fucking sell a baby for them to go back to that gold. But like we're talking about Taemin's solo Danger. That is a SHINee song.
Okay, I guess you're right. Yeah,
I didn't think Junghyun's was.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to get at is that Taeyeon, I feel like, has the musical ability to be a solo artist. But she will need a hell of a lot of producing help to be able to make a hit that's not just based off of Girls' Generation's popularity. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because Junghyun, you look at his album, and I feel like a lot of the the attention that he gathered with that solo debut was mainly because he was a member of SHINee, and Shawls wanted to support him, which is a really big shame because I felt that was the most non-SM thing.
Well, that's why we like this podcast because pretty much, if we go back and listen to those old episodes, which I've never done, why would I listen to myself again? It's weird. I mean, I have to edit it, so I kind of have to listen to it.
Yeah.
But like a lot of times we're like, man, it's so sad that this song gets 1 million views. Like, how about this song and this song? So that's why we like this podcast because don't listen to Shake the Brass. Now, a lot of our listeners on the reaction did tell me to check out her full album. Yeah. And how SM's is having a really weird problem of like picking the worst song on the album as the lead single. Yeah. So I actually didn't check that out. I was being a lazy fat ass. But I didn't mean to. Like I think Beautiful was someone suggested was a lot better where she actually sings. She's not just like High School Musical rapping. So got that going for you.
I will have to check out the album and I guess give a second opinion maybe later on. But SM, I feel like they just picked the song that's most marketable, like most fun, like most things that we can do like a dance to, or like incorporate a lot of colors or props. Like,
I'm trying to think the last SM song that I liked, dude. I can't. What's the last SM song that I liked?
Oof.
Oh, probably Shiny is
Everybody?
Yeah, Everybody.
That was a long time ago.
FX hasn't. That was like 2 years ago. FX hasn't done anything. Oh, they did. They did
Red Light.
Oh, maybe Happiness. Oh, maybe Happiness.
Happiness wasn't bad.
It's just been a long time since. I don't even think when I hear an SM songs coming out, I'm just like, I just don't give a fuck. Like I mean, whether people want to agree or not, like I am 1,000% on the side of people are listening to SM songs now because they like SM members. They don't like the songs. They just like, you know, even with fucking Mr. Mister, like. It was just like, this is an awful song. And if any other girl group came out with this song, nobody would give any shits. But it's Girls' Generation, and so, you know.
Yeah, see, I feel like the thing with SM is that, okay, we have to be honest. K-pop itself, there is a large part of it that you have to like the group. You have to like the members to consider yourself like a fan of that group, you know? Not just a casual listener, but K-pop itself, like the community, like they have fans, right? There's not very many casual listeners anymore, and I think SM is riding on that too much. They're trying to make too much money off of just the fact you like our members, you know, of this group because
they're not making any strides forward.
Because the public is very fickle. Yeah. I'm not calling our fans fickle or whatever, but I'm just saying. If tomorrow you found out, you know, Amber was a pedophile or something, you'd be like, oh no, you know, I don't like Amber anymore. And that would ruin her, basically, right?
I mean, that would ruin anybody.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if a scandal came out that was negative, if that person did not have enough followers, like fans, like no matter what type of music they put out, even if it was great, it wouldn't fly. You know what I'm saying?
As opposed to America, where you have like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And I mean, his music's good, so
but he's a fucking terrible human being, but his music is pretty good, you know?
You know, Michael Jackson's great. He may touch little kids, but
he may touch little kids, but he makes
great music.
He makes hits, right?
Yeah.
But
I get, you know, K-pop fans, like me and you, you know, after doing this podcast, you know, me for almost 2 years now, you for like a year and a half, whatever. Yeah. Like, so I think we definitely go through like waves of like, I don't really like K-pop right now. But we have a podcast. We need to talk about it. And we're kind of on the low end of that. We don't really like K-pop for the last couple months. And like, it's really hard sometimes seeing fans be fans. And we were talking about, you know, this is a light episode, so we're going to ramble. But
which always happens when we have light episodes. Sorry about that.
But we were talking about how a lot of, like, since we started doing reactions, and we were already in a crowded market, but since then, there's a lot more channels that have sprung up.
A lot more reaction
channels. Yeah. And a lot of them already have more subscribers than us, sometimes by a lot. And we were thinking, like, well, they're just doing the generic, absolutely most generic thing possible. The reactions are generic, you know. I made a whole K-pop opinions video about how reactions are so generic in general. But it's like, it's really saddening sometimes when it's like, you know, we try to do different things. We try to give this other side of the, what I would call more mature kind of discussion on K-pop. And K-pop fans are like, fuck that shit. Like, this guy's not cute. I don't want to listen to him talk.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're mature, but
relative.
We're trying to look at K-pop in a little bit more critical eye, not necessarily in like a fanboyish kind of eye.
You've definitely lost, like, I was telling you about it a while ago, where it's like, man, if we go back and listen, like, I used to get mad at you because you used to say everything was good. Or more.
Yeah.
Like, even if you were like, that was pretty good. And I'm like, what? And now I remember, actually today, you were like, that song was pretty good. And then later, you were like, every song we were talking about is shit. I was like, dang, dude, like, why are you so negative now?
Because I feel like a casual listener now. I don't have really a group that I follow.
But see, that to me is a real. That's a fan of music. You're not a fan of a person. You're not a fan of a group. That's a fan of music, and that's what I've always like. I never understood fandoms because that's just not who I am. Like, you know, like I think I've said before, like if fucking Joss Whedon made a new movie, I'd be like, I will 100. I will be fucking right there. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. Like I may not like it. You know, like Studio 60 on Sunset Strip, not very good. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't Josh Whedon. That was Anderson. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You know what I'm trying to say is like I just never understood that idea of like, oh my god, I like this person so much. I love everything that person does. I just don't understand.
But part of me, I want to go back to kind of that feeling of because I feel like it really coincided with me and how much I liked variety shows because variety shows really made me like groups like as a fan because I was like, oh, this person's funny, this person's goofy, you know, I like them, or you know. But now I don't really have much time to watch variety shows, and that kind of
makes your overall like
so now I'm just focusing more on just listening to the music, and I'm more critical on the music because I listen to music a lot. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to like a lot of American music as well. And when I try to compare American music and K-pop music, sometimes it's just like night and day, right? And especially with SNSD, I would consider myself still an SNSD fan, but they haven't really put out anything good for like a long time.
And they only put out like one song.
Like the last SNSD song that I could say that I was like, oh yeah, shit, this song is good is probably like Tae-yeon's Twinkle. And that was a long ass time ago. Maybe I Got a Boy. I really liked I Got a Boy, actually. Maybe I Got a Boy. And that was maybe like, what, 2013, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think actually the very first podcast I recorded was had I Got a Boy on it. And Calvin was like, the fuck is this shit? And I was like, what the, is this like 7 songs in one? Yeah. That's still true to me. Like, even though I don't mind that song that much anymore, and it's way better, Mr. Mister. But still, I'm like, why the fuck is there so many goddamn songs in this one song?
And I guess the whole K-pop scene is shifting more to some things that we don't necessarily like. So, sorry for the ranting.
Yeah. Anyways, all that matters is we predicted it. Everybody predicted it, but YG is gonna have a fucking killer year.
Oh yeah,
and SM really needs to like, I don't know what, unless they're like, okay, we have what 10 EXO members left. So every month, each EXO member gets a solo song. That might be work. I don't know.
All I'm saying is Red Velvet better like put out fucking gangbuster song, or SM is gonna be quite.
It's just gonna be another SM song. But you know what's the best SM song of all time?
Hotmail.
Yeah, so down.
Are you gonna say
third
fucking
time
Hotmail?
around? We get the beat that'll make you want to get down. We get the whole SM. Okay, anyways. I love that song. All right, well, speaking of songs that I like, let's go to my pick of the episode.
Go.
And this is a song which a long time ago when me and Kelvin were doing the podcast, like I would really only pick songs like this, which was a guy and a girl. I love it when it's a guy and a girl together doing a bang bang. I love it. And so the song is Uji
from Bestie.
From Bestie, featuring The Channels. With their song Love Letter. Now, The Channels is actually another name for Mikey, who is part of Double Psychic.
Yeah.
And
it's
Mikey...
a little bit weird.
He's just like, I'm just going to make up names. But I love his voice specifically. Like, he wrote one of my favorite Sistar songs. Fucking names, man. The summary one.
Summary?
A long time ago.
So cool. What do you say?
No, after that. It was like a summer fun song, but it was like 3 years ago.
Not Loving You?
Loving You! It was Loving You.
Oh, God.
It was Loving You. Fuck me in the testicle. Oh. Anyways, he has an R&B version of that song that he sings.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wrote the song, and it's just so good. It's amazing.
It's quite good, yeah.
But anyway, so I love his voice. I didn't really know much about Uji from Bestie. And her voice is okay. But I really like this type of song.
Yeah.
I just really like it.
Yeah. And it's nice. Well, I wouldn't say nice. It's pretty expected because Bestie, they have been collaborating with Double Sidekick a lot, and this is really a really, I would say it's a breath of fresh air. Right, it's a little bit kind of. It's
a breath of fresh air, like last episode, where it just sounds like an older type song.
Yeah,
just a happy song, a cheerful song, and I just really like they don't do that much of the duetting that I really like. Like they don't really go in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, they don't really like play off each other's voices too much.
Yeah, but I just really think their voices sound well together. The song, I mean, it's got Double Sidekick guy working on, it's a great producing team. Like I just really like this song. Definitely a song that I'm going to download right away and listen to while I play video games.
Yeah. So the music video is really, 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 really boring. Don't bother watching it, but the music itself is quite good. I do have to say there is kind of a weirdness at the end.
It's like not a full music video. It's only 2 minutes. Yeah. So the song kind of just like abruptly stops.
So I'm wondering if there's like more to the song.
Yeah, actually,
if you actually like download it, but the music video itself is only like a 2-minute clip. Yeah. So it makes me feel like it's not complete.
I would hope
something.
I would hope it's a complete song.
I don't know. But Bestie, definitely on our radars. When they release something, we kind of will give it a listen to. Yeah.
Double Sidekick or Brave Cells.
Yeah, because I think the producing.
You didn't like the last Double Sidekick song
Thank you very much.
No, but after that, it was like
Bestie
I listened to it. Hot Baby?
Hot Baby?
I think it's called Hot Baby.
By who?
Bestie.
Bestie? Hot Baby?
Yeah. It was like, I think, a Double Sidekick song. It's not a very good one. According to you. I thought it was
You'd have to play it for me again. See, I forgot about it.
All right,
so
well,
I don't like it.
Anyways, the reason we liked Bestie was because they sounded like old sister for a while, right?
Yeah! Yeah.
Like Love Options.
But just commenting on the whole retroness, I feel like Steven and I, we are in a lull, so we kind of want to go back to like
when it was good.
Old
sounding, are good.
Old sounding ish songs. Yeah. And this song kind of does that for us. And I think I originally like blasted G-Friend and was like, oh, this is not very good. You did.
You blasted the shit out of G-Friend.
But I
was like, that song's not bad.
But I heard that song on the streets, and I was like, oh, what is this? That's that G-Friend song. Oh, shit.
You're like, is this Girls' Generation?
Like, I caught myself, like, they do a pretty good job of being retro, and that song is kind of like grown on me. It's a really, really big fungus song. So this song kind of hits that same nerve of like retro kind of
K-pop
feels.
retro.
Yeah, K-pop retro for when we first kind of started getting into K-pop.
All those years ago.
Or when we were kind of like at the peak of our like K-pop.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Less pessimistic, I guess.
Whew. Well, the opposite of pessimist, the next group, I actually, the only reason we're talking about it is because I was just so surprised.
I was so pleasantly surprised.
Yes. Like, who is it?
So our next group is K-Much with December 24th. Now, K-Much, as you may or may not know, is the brother group of Crayon-Pop. And when they first debuted, they have that like SWAT team kind of. Everyone's wearing like a SWAT.
They were doing the Crayon-Pop.
Like, they were doing the man Crayon-Pop.
It was corny and like baby and like really weird. It was like no. That music video, I remember like there was like a weird monster in the video. I think like a weird Loch Ness monster. It was just not good. So when we're going through music videos and we're like, K-Much, oh god, all right, we'll just watch 30 seconds of it and see what it's like.
And right out the fracking gate, they got something good.
Yeah, this song really surprisingly good.
Yeah, I really don't know what it is about it. It does sound a little bit generic. I'll give you that. But
like the good generic, not the meh generic.
And I'm really glad that I think their company kind of gave them a little bit more freedom to like express themselves musically, because some dudes in here can sing.
Yeah, it's really surprising how well
some dudes in here can sing.
One of the dudes
really well.
Sing, yeah.
And if K-Much kind of just went out in like a flame, right, after the debut, and we never heard from them again, it would be such a shame because they have some pretty good rappers in here. They have who like I would say are better than your normal idol rapper.
Yeah.
And some singers who are quite good.
Yeah.
And it was very, very, very pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
As a song.
Like they kind of are just like, but the thing is, they're not even doing the like meta thing. Like they're not just donning the same. Like we'll talk later about MYNAME, but like. They're not just donning the same outfits that all the other guy groups are using. No one's wearing a fucking floppy hat, at least as far as I can see right now. I don't remember a floppy hat, but there probably is a floppy hat. I'm just, it's just that they are not doing the generic thing. We said they actually reminded us a lot about High 4.
Yeah.
And it's so, it could just be because our expectations were so low, but it's just so surprising how good this song was.
Yeah, this song is quite good. Give it a chance.
Yeah. Like the dancing's actually kind of cool. It's a little more like artsy fartsy dancing rather than K-pop dancing. There's a little bit of like
it's
modern.
It's a little bit
stuff in there.
It's a little bit more kind of like the older school K-pop man dancing, like kind of like what Dongbang Shingi would do, or TVXQ would do. And I'm really glad they're not wearing anything like too outrageous.
Yeah.
I really, really like their outfits. The set is just garbage, though. It's hot garbage.
Yeah, it's like reject things, like some from the shiny music
like
video.
Chess pieces.
Weird ass chair that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Like Mr. Brohoho's like props.
Yeah, his reject props room. But seriously, like if you like High 4, or if you don't even know who High 4 is, number 1, check out High 4.
Number 1, check out High 4.
But number 2, like give this song a chance.
Yes.
You know, K-Much. It's called December 24th.
Yeah.
But it's I originally thought it was just gonna be like a sad ballad, but like it's like a ballad with a beat, and I love those songs. But yeah, I don't know. It really High 4-y. I really get a High 4 vibe from them. So yeah, that's K-Much, December 24th. Surprisingly good. It really was a tie. I mean, aside from Shake That Brass, but the other 3 songs we talked about, like I thought they were all
solid songs,
decent songs. Yeah. No, it's still almost March, and there's not a single remotely close to Gangbuster song yet.
I'm waiting for April. April, a lot of things are gonna happen in April.
Yeah. Well, soon YG start blasting his shotgun, but it's still no Gangbusters, but pleasantly surprised actually by those songs this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to the middle section before we have the lightning round. And this is when we want to thank everybody for watching us and subscribing to us.
Or listening to us on our iTunes podcast.
Yes. And so some people do leave us an iTunes review, which we really, really love. It's a good, number one, it's a good way to leave feedback that other people can see. But it's also a way to help us because it moves us up in the iTunes search. So when you search K-pop, we'll show up. I mean, we've been number 2, number 3 for a while now, which is great. We want to be number 1, but still there's this one podcast that is not really a podcast.
Yeah.
It was like when people would just put a playlist of K-pop songs and upload it.
And then people would just listen
and people
to
would download it because it gets around
a certain amount of like listens, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's still number 1 and it has been updated for like 3 years. But we want to be number 1, so if you can, leave us a review like Lily Bugs does, and he or she says, the review is kind of truncated, but I have been listening to you around a year, and I think you're wonderful. I'm from the States and fell in love with K-pop through K-dramas on Hulu. So I had really no idea where to start looking for music other than iTunes. So on top of the podcast, we've got a YouTube channel. We've got kpopreleases.com, which I love to check out between episodes. I like mixed up the U and the we somewhere in that. And I know you guys are busy, but keep up the good work. Thank you. So we want to say thank you, Lily Bugs, for leaving us a review on iTunes.
And the reason we started this podcast was especially for people like you. People who are not from Korea, not living in Korea, but are very much into Korean culture or Korean music. And just kind of like, I remember when I first came into K-pop, I was like, oh, I just don't know where to just consume K-pop music, right? I would just go to YouTube or whatever, and I'd listen to a song, and then they would have like other songs that I just like click through them and just give them a listen. But I really wish at that time that someone who had been a K-pop listener for a long time would recommend me some songs they'd like. I hope we can do that for any new K-pop listeners or K-pop listeners who've been around for a while and want something new, but don't really want to look through like every little small thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely none of my friends could give a flying shit about K-pop, except for Kelvin, just a little bit, because I forced it on him. But yeah, similarly, like I discovered everything by myself, and I'm a little older than you. I'm not that much, like
not too much,
3 years or 2.5 years, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but when K-pop was hitting it big, I was in college, and like YouTube really wasn't a thing. And so I actually would download, I had to go to like forums, download the actual HD file, and I would save them on my hard drive to watch later. I couldn't just go to like now you just fucking Google YouTube and you get like 1,000 performances, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But like, so I had like 3 terabytes of like just K-pop performances. And so I would used to just make a video playlist and like put it on one of my screens. But I really did wish I had someone to talk to, about it with, and that is why I started this podcast. Yeah. So thank you so much for dealing with us. And you're one of the reasons why we decided to record on time.
Yeah.
On time.
I mean, if you guys want to talk to us more about K-pop, we have Twitter handles. I'm at TWIK Josh. Steven is at TWIK Steven. Leave us, a tweet, maybe on Facebook, or leave us a comment on this podcast. We usually read through them and do a pretty good job responding. Sometimes.
But yeah, speaking of which, kpopreleases.com, I spent the last 2 or 3 days kind of re-updating it. So if you are a user of it, maybe you noticed, I didn't update it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Part of that was I got lazy, and part of that was because I knew I was going to have to redo it or have to overhaul it. So I moved it over to like another hosting thing. But check it out again, kpopreleases.com. I think it's a lot more prettier. I think you can see it on the video podcast. It's right here. Hey! It's a lot prettier. Tags are way better. Discovery is way better. Looks a lot better, I think. So I spent a lot of time on it. Check it out if you want to. If you don't want to go to all K-pop, you don't want to go to Korea Boo and wade through a lot of useless shit. If you just want to know what songs were released, check it once a day while you're pooping, whatever it is, check it, go to it, kpopreleases.com. And so we used to do news a long time ago. We don't do news. We don't do news anymore, really, but sometimes important things happen,
Yeah.
Hard-hitting K-pop news, like popularity contest. So every year, Sports Chosun releases kind of a rankings list of the tiers of girl groups and the tiers of boy groups. Now, they only released the girl group version as of right now. But we talked about it last year, and the year before that, I talked about it with Kelvin. And so we just want to go through it and kind of talk about how ridiculous some of it is.
Okay. So before we start, we should premise that this kind of ranking, I use the air quotations, was kind of a popularity contest, an online kind of survey on a community. We're not even sure
it says the recent online community entitled Girl Group Rankings to Look at for Fun.
For fun!
So it's not really hard-hitting journalism rankings.
It's not like they went and interviewed like CEOs of every company, entertainment company. This is mainly just for fun. Steven and I are going to comment on it, what we think is kind of outrageous, what do we think is kind of accurate. You guys obviously will probably have your own opinions about it. And if you guys want to talk to us about it, talk to us, give us a holler.
So here we go. So we of course have the S tier, the highest tier, the superstar groups.
Unbreakable wall, they say.
Yeah, that remained unchanged since last year. The 3 groups, of course, Girls' Generation, 21, and Sistar.
Yeah.
I don't think, other than the fact that I think Girls' Generation 21 are higher than Sistar, I agree with that.
I actually do agree with that. Not in terms... I mean, if you're going to look at this in terms of like, oh, what did they do last year? Like, then obviously this whole list would be like...
But this is like in the mindsets of
if you're talking about
general
since debut until today, all their cumulative efforts, there's no doubt that Girls' Generation 21 are on top of this list.
Yeah.
Definitely the premier girl groups, right?
Yeah. Quality of recent songs not listed.
Sistar might be just like a tick below them, just because they haven't. I feel like they haven't just done as much as the other two.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
But they are insanely popular.
So unpopular.
So everybody knows who they are.
Yeah.
Now, as like a middle tier, like a little notch, a 0.5 notch below the Unbreakable Wall.
Yeah.
There is a Girls' Day.
Yeah.
So in other words, they're like a half tick away from being in the god tier of Girls' Generation 21 Sistar.
What do you think about that, Steven? What do you think about that?
I think they're definitely a tier below. I don't really understand why they're a half tick below.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't like. So for example, the next line is A-Pink.
Yeah.
So if we call the god tier is the highest tier, the second highest tier is A-Pink.
Yeah.
I kind of think A-Pink and Girls' Day are
at the same level. I feel.
I think Girls' Day is more popular, but not so different that they're not at the same level. Like I think making Girls' Day a half tick above is like a weird semantic thing.
Yeah.
But
maybe just like a bias that they've had, you know.
Yeah, but I do agree though that for girl groups, it is without a doubt A-Pink and Girls' Day next.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at just what's popular today, like you could think of maybe like 3 groups who are really, really active right now or are really, really popular, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's Girls' Day, A-Pink, and AOA.
Yeah.
Those 3 groups they're churning out so much content within the past few years. And Girls' Day, I think, and A-Pink are kind of on that same level of what they've done up till now. Definitely nowhere close to where Sistar is, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And even more so, like totally untouchable to even like consider them within like even discussion with how like much like Girls' Generation and 21 have done. You know, like,
but I do think Girls' Day and A-Pink have hit a point where it doesn't matter what songs they release.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't matter. It could be a hot pile of garbage, and people will still like it. Yeah. And that I think is a feat for any group is when you can put out shit and people don't care.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like Girls' Generation 21. They're kind of on the decline, right? They've hit their peak. They've hit their peak already, and they're kind of like dwindling down now. Yeah. And A-Pink and Girls' Day are like maybe at their peak or like rising, maybe close to their peak.
Yeah.
So when you consider, it's like, okay, what's popular now? I would say Girls' Day, you know, and all that. Yeah, but if you talk about like
grand total,
like the faces of K-pop, Girls' Generation 21.
So right underneath A-Pink's tier, she's technically tier number 2 if you want to call that the second highest. In the half tick under that, there is AOA.
Yeah.
And again, the half ticks are a little weird. Yeah. But compared to the groups in the next spot, I think the next spot is really weird.
It is so strange, I feel like.
As you said, AOA actually moved up 2.5 tiers since last year. A-Pink moved up 1, and Girls' Day moved up 0.5. Yeah. But I definitely agree that of the groups that are moving up, AOA, for sure, a lot. 2.5 steps is a lot. Yeah. A-Pink has been moving up a lot, and Girls' Day is moving up. So I think that's all good.
Yeah. In my mind, I feel like AOA is obviously really, really popular. And Steven and I kind of are like really on the AOA kind of train. But AOA is... I feel like they're right where they should be. I wouldn't say AOA have done as much as Girls' Day or A-Pink. No. I feel like they're like maybe a year in terms of like content behind.
But a year's a lot.
Yeah. Right?
Like I actually think if we're talking about not just last year, AOA should be lower than 3 of the 4 groups we're going to talk about next.
But I'm just in terms of like the past, year, however long.
Yeah. But let's talk about the contentious weird group. Yeah. So this is the 3rd tier, the high society tier, and we got Secret, we got FX. We got Kara, and we got 4 Minute.
Like what?
What's weird about that to you?
One, what's really weird is I didn't know Secret was so popular, for one.
Yeah. They're definitely a group that's not popular internationally, but really popular in Korea.
Yeah.
For sure. What's weird to me is number one, 4 Minute was moved down from last year, which is weird to me. But 4 Minute sharing the same space as Secret is weird to me.
Yeah,
because we are international.
There should be like some sort of little
tiers. There should be another tier in between here.
Yeah.
But like Kara, I know Kara was really popular in the past. I never gave two shits about them, but
and they have had a little bit of a resurgence with Mamma Mia, but
that song was not good.
I mean, just like an FX. Honestly, I have no idea where I would even rank FX nowadays.
Do they even make music?
Yeah, like, are they even still a band? Kind of like.
What was that pile of junk noise that they released last time?
The album wasn't too bad though.
Yeah. Okay. If you say so.
But honestly, anything after like AOA is kind of just like a whole toss up.
But I mean, 4 Minutes should be higher than AOA.
Oh, definitely.
Like if we're talking about the grand scheme of things, 4 Minutes should definitely be higher than AOA.
4 Minutes
Not
has
true in this
done
list.
so much since their debut.
Yeah.
It's hard not to consider them at least above Secret now. Yeah. Come on.
But 4 Minute going down, I mean, they only release like one song a year, but like if you consider Hyuna as part of 4 Minute, like, you know, Hyuna still had a really big song, of course, one of my favorite songs of last year. And of course, I know they probably did this before Crazy came out, but like Crazy, for all intents and purposes, is doing really well.
It is doing very well.
And like the last 4 Minute songs, I mean, a lot of people are on the fucking Brave Brothers hate train, you know, now.
Those songs were quite
But those songs were really fucking popular.
Like, What's Your Name? What else is there?
Is It Poppin'?
Is It Poppin'? Right, those songs were quite popular.
Yeah, so I don't really understand why they got moved down one. And I also don't understand how Kara got moved up from that weak-ass Mamma Mia song.
Because Kara was like on the brink of destruction. Like, how did they move up a whole tier just by releasing Mamma Mia?
Yeah, that's just weird to me. But it does make sense to me that FX would move down one because who the fuck? Who are they? All right, well, the next tier, the fourth tier, I guess you could say. So we're going down every time. We have EXID, we have Miss A, and we have 9 Muses.
Okay, first off, 9 Muses, what the fuck? Get
Why
out
are
of
they
here.
fucking here?
9 Muses?
I feel like 9 Muses really is more popular than we think, but I just don't know why.
No.
I just don't know why.
No.
How are they on the same level as Miss A? Yes, I know Miss A down one. Going down makes sense for Miss A.
Yeah.
But being on the same level as EXID, like...
EXID's like
they
Up
have
Down
Suzy.
was
Suzy.
so gangbusters.
You're right.
That song was so gangbusters. Like, what has 9 Muses put out that has been even relatively popular?
Nothing.
Like,
they're not even 9 members anymore.
Let me just say this: 9 Muses, have they ever won a music show?
Maybe.
I don't think they have.
Maybe.
I really don't think they have. Miss A, Exit, they've both won music shows.
To be honest, I get 9 Muses mixed up with Dalshebek and mixed up with Hello Venus. I get them all mixed up.
Yeah.
I don't know which song.
They should all be in that same tier together. That old.
Yeah, the last tier. But Miss A, I mean, it is true. Miss A, like, really, they don't do anything. You know, they're at the level of Girls' Generation. It's weird to me because they are kind of at the level of Girls' Generation where they just make one song a year and then like we'll spread out and Suzy, you do things and
they're like. Miss A, I would really liken them to like Sistar. Like, everybody kind of does their own thing, and like they come together every now and then to make a song, and then people like kind of like it. And
I think Sistar makes way more songs than
but like obviously, so Sistar is higher in terms of tier than Miss A, but they're kind of like.
But Miss A being on the same as 9 Muses.
That is a slap in the face to all say A's.
Jesus.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
9 Muses, what the fuck are you doing here? Honestly, like, are you Chosun's group? Is that why?
Yeah, that's so fucking weird.
Are you Chosun Sports Group?
So the group they should be in, probably, is the last real tier.
Yeah.
There's some, like, extra, like, the
like, I guess rookie.
Yeah, the rookie kind of up-and-coming tier at the very bottom. But this is like the last proper tier, and that is Tiara, Dalshebet, Crayon Pop, and Hello Venus. I guess I mean, Crayon Pop definitely I mean, aside from Bar, you know, like they definitely went down.
Whatever,
that's fine. Tiara, makes sense. I mean,
Tiara, that's
as a name, like, Tiara should be higher.
Yeah, I feel like Tiara and Nine Muses should have swapped
spots, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense to me that Nine Muses with Dalshabet with Hella Venus. That makes sense to me. Crayon Pop is like a good exercise of like, will EXID keep going up or will they Crayon Pop?
Yeah.
Because Crayon Pop was the obsession for 2 years ago. EXID is the obsession for last year. Quote and slash.
Just past however many months.
But yeah, so weird. And then of course the candidate groups, which is weird to me because you'll see. But so the candidate groups are Bestie, Mamamoo, Red Velvet, G-Friend, and Sonamu.
What?
Like, Bestie should be fucking at least with Dalshabet Hella Venus.
Bestie's been around for a while now.
Like,
I feel
yeah, Bestie's been
2 years.
Like, these are all new groups except for Bestie. And
Mamamoo's been out for maybe a year.
Mamamoo's been out 1 year. Red Velvet's been like less than a year. G-Friend is like 2 days. Sonamoo's like two weeks. You know, like, what is Bestie doing in this group?
It's a slap in the face to Bestie, I feel like.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Mamamoo, I mean, I know it's this candidate group, but Mamamoo definitely hired G-Friend.
They have so much potential, Mamamoo.
Yeah. But why the fuck Sonamu? What the fuck is... Oh, the hate on Sonamu.
I mean, it's not that we hate Sonamu. It's just more of like a...
They've only released one thing, and I didn't think it was good.
But everybody seems to like it.
I don't know. I don't know why, man.
Why?
I don't know why.
I don't understand.
Well, that's it. You know, if what did you think? Where do you think the tiers should be?
Yeah.
Leave us a comment on YouTube if you can. It is always interesting to do this because there was a lot of movement, right? Like
quite a lot,
but not that much like changing of the guard movement.
Yeah.
Like if anything, it was Girls A, Pink and A away, up, EXID on a fluke up. But then, like, other groups
FX, Miss A, down.
Yeah, like, long-standing. What are they doing? But, yeah, that's sports.
Too long hiatus.
There'll probably be a boy one coming out soon. Obviously, if we were to guess, Big Bang on top, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they include old-ass groups like JYJ or, like, DBSK.
Or TVXQ, you mean?
Okay, whatever the Korean one is. It's DBSK.
Yeah, but DBSK is like was as them as like a whole. TVXQ was like the two of them, right? And then JYJ is the three of them.
They still go by DBSK.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, in Korean, but not, I guess, internationally.
I don't fucking know.
Either way,
it doesn't matter.
The boy one should just be
Big Bang and EXO on top.
Yeah,
and then
just as good.
A lot of like, who is this? Why is High 4 not on here?
We're really high.
I don't know why. All right, well that's it. We're gonna go in the lightning round. We're gonna make this quick.
Yeah.
So the first lightning round song is by Teen Top's Niel. What is it? Niel.
Yeah.
Featuring Dok2 with Ladykiller.
Dok-E.
Oh, fuck that guy. Dok-E.
It's like Hammer.
I know. I didn't fuck it up when he was on some other song, but I fucked it up
here.
Whatever. Niel and Dok2. What'd you think about this?
It is very. I don't know what to say. It felt very similar to like Taeyeon's kind of solo. Like they have a pretty good singer, pretty good dancer, and nothing really.
Are you saying they sound the same, or it was just very safe?
Very safe.
Okay.
Yeah, very safe.
They don't sound the same. No, I agree. I thought the song was not bad. It was just very generic sounding song. Yeah. Like the whole time I was listening to it, I was like, I know I've heard a song
that's exactly
like this before.
I feel like since the past, I don't know, a couple months, we've come across many songs that were like, this song sounds like another song that we know.
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't bad, but I also didn't think his voice, like when I heard the K-Much song, I'm like, dang, like this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I did not think that when I heard the Niel song.
Which is a shame because Niel is a very good singer. Yeah. And I think he's a very good dancer as well. But this was not very...
It was just very
not a very
tame.
good effort, I feel like. in terms of, I'm not saying it's his fault, but just in terms of production wise, it's just not fantastic, but not terrible. Yeah. You should definitely, I feel like, give it a shot, give it a listen. It might be something you like.
Yeah, but I think, as we harped on a lot, is like I think a lot of people will like this song because it's because they're fans of him. Yeah. Give the K-Much song a gander.
More of a listen. Yeah, we recommend K-Much over Niel, but give Niel a listen as well.
Yeah, give it a try. Next is what? Who
is Starship's experimental project No.MERCY, featuring Yella Diamond with Interstellar.
Fuck these. Like, I love that, like, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with, like, featured rappers nowadays.
So
like,
fucking terrible.
Just weird names, but, like, Yella.
It's like, oh my gosh. Like, no Asian person likes to be called yellow. Why would you call yourself yellow?
He's a Yella Diamond, man.
It's like if you're a rapper, you'd be like, my name's White Chocolate.
Dude,
like, no.
My rap name would be Tiny Dick, like
Tiny Dick. No, my name would be Squinty Eyes. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Actually, that'd be great. Like, I love rappers like fucking oh my god.
My rap name would be Old Dirty Chinese Restaurant. Shout out to my brother.
It's like that's my name. Is his rap name?
Yeah, that's my brother's
Ching Chao Hong Kong. What is the Jewish rapper that's really hilarious?
Lil Dicky?
Little Dicky. Like, Little Dicky is fucking amazing.
Little Dicky is so fucking
amazing.
Oh my god.
Anyways, No.MERCY. Actually, this song features 3 of the 7 winners that won No.MERCY that will be in the new boy group for Starship Entertainment. Yeah. I think the group's called Monsta X, which is fucking awful.
They should have just made it like No.MERCY.
No, that sounds good. I actually think No.MERCY is good, but they went with Monsta with an A, not Monster. Monsta X.
Monster.
Fucking awful.
Like if I'm Boston, it's Monsta X. We're part of the boy group Monsta X.
We monsters.
We have a feature rapper name. His name's Yella Diamond.
Yeah, Diamond.
Yella Diamond.
You got a tiny dick, though.
Squinty eyes.
He does have squinty eyes.
Oh, you're so racist.
Whoa!
Whoa! Okay, we need to wind this up. Bring it back.
But anyway, there's been a lot of No.MERCY songs. Coach Me, which was really Sunny and Hyorin, but featuring one of these dude is Juhyun. Like, we thought that song was pretty good. There was one, I think, last episode that we didn't talk about that I didn't like that much. That was also a No.MERCY song. I don't even know if you listened to it.
Oh, no.
It was just one of those songs where it was just like, it was the one with Giddy Boy, Mad Clown, featuring a bunch of the No.MERCY people.
That was
it was just a little too
terrible.
Yeah. But I like this one kind of second. The song's called Interstellar.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we've said that.
I've said it.
Okay,
I said it.
Interstellar.
I said it.
And like I thought it was actually not bad. Like,
it was not bad, yeah.
Like,
it was very not bad.
I really hope when they switch to Monsta X, they don't just go to generic boy group. Like, I think this style is actually working for them. Whether I like the songs or not, I don't know. But like, this kind of, like, only YG has something that kind of sounds like this.
Very true, yeah.
Right? Like, where it actually sounds like real rappers rapping. BTS has real rappers, but BTS songs are still very poppy, right?
Yeah, there's still quite some pop elements to those songs.
Yeah. So I really hope they
Block
they
Me
don't,
as well.
But like, I really hope. I mean, I'm sure they'll have to kind of generic it out and put a little actual real K-pop dance in there. But I just kind of wish they didn't. It's kind of like what was those 2 guys that had the Ailey song? That I really love. I just can't remember names anymore.
They became like.
They became. What are they
called?
Some awful fucking name. YOLO. No, YOLO was the song name.
Oh shit! What is that song? I can remember it was with Ailey and also I think.
It was 2. They also had one with K-Will.
Yeah, K-Will also.
Oh my god, names, man.
Oh my goodness.
It was one of my favorite songs of last year.
I remember the music video because we couldn't see their faces. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They were fucking awesome, and they sang like this R&B type of music that was really good. And then when they became a boy band,
Fucking
It was
terrible.
like generic on generic. The song I don't remember the boy group's name, but the song was called YOLO. I still remember it's like YOLO, Dolo, faux show. I don't know. It was fucking
terrible.
awful.
It was fucking awful.
So I really hope No Mercy doesn't kind of generic themselves out. Yeah. But I thought this song was kind of cool. If you like their last kind of songs, if you like Coach Me, give this one a shot. Interstellar.
Yeah. Our next lightning round song is by Fresh Girls, Put Put, with I Have Something to Say.
Yeah. I think I remember reading about it's like a project group. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. But this song, hands down, old school shit.
So retro.
Old school. I love it.
So retro. If I heard this in the cafe, I would be like, is this Finkel? Is this SES?
It's amazing.
You know?
It like what I love about the song is it doesn't have an electronic key backing. Because a lot of those kind of older school songs do have that, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But like this, it's very old school sound, but kind of a modern take on it,
Yeah.
and I really like it. I don't know.
It's not bad.
It's like a ballad with a beat.
It's not bad.
It's not. The music video is weird. It's just a dude running.
The whole time.
Yeah, the whole time
he's just running.
But that's Fresh Girls with I Have Something to Say. And the last one we're going to talk about, we mentioned them a little bit, is MYNAME with Too Very So Much.
What?
I think it makes more sense in Korean.
Yeah.
But Too Very So Much. Now, MYNAME, I really only know about MYNAME because they had that one song that was fucking awesome. It sounded like an old school Big Bang song. And the music video was awesome because it was like really kind of violent and they were fighting and they all, spoilers, they all die. Is that MYNAME? I'm having like weird panic.
There were two music videos that were pretty much like that, though. They're very similar.
Yeah, one was good and one was not good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to Google this. You might be hearing some tippy taps. I'm very sorry about that. I really want to make sure I'm not attributing... great. Oh, Baby, I'm Sorry.
Baby, I'm Sorry. Yeah.
Definitely MYNAME.
Yeah.
Like, that is an amazing, amazing, amazing song. I really love that song. This MYNAME that sang this song is they just hit that generic button. They hit that generic button, fucking generic.
Yeah, it's
not a bad song per se.
Yeah. It's just very generic K-pop boy group sound.
Yeah. So. Like, if I were to, I could probably mash, a GOT7 video, a B2B video.
I thought they were B2B for a little while, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that one guy, he looks like he's from B2B. No, this is MYNAME.
Floppy hats, of course, gotta have one. Like, so generic. But the song is not awful. It's just
very cookie cutter.
I've heard it a million times.
Very cookie cutter. Honestly, I don't know why we're really talking about this song.
Because I wanted 4 and 4. I wanted to make it even.
Oh, I wanted to talk about the one PMS song. That was interesting.
PMS, that song is not even a song. The song is not even good.
I want to just talk about that video as well.
That's a fucked up video. But yeah, it's Lizzie and Park Myung-soo. It's called Goodbye PMS.
So, even a title, though.
Yeah. Park Myung-soo, of course, Infinite Challenge, comedian. Yeah. Funny looking dude.
Oh my god.
And of course Lizzie from After School.
Yeah.
But
an Orange Caramel.
But anyways, I think that's it for episode 64. We recorded on time. Uploading
Finished
the video.
About an hour.
Yeah. So-ish. It's a pretty short podcast. Yeah. So we'll see you guys again in 2 weeks. Are we going to promise?
We should.
We should promise. Yeah. We've been on break, like an extended break for a while now, but school really will start again
soon,
next week or a week from now.
Within 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we might be a little tired,
Might be a little busy.
But if you listen to it, if you leave us some comments, we promise that we'll record on time.
Yeah.
So that's it.
See you then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Maybe I'll cut my hair.
Hope so.